All right, so I decided before I was going to go back to generalize it to any set of points in 2D space, I realized that this whole thing right here is pretty dang cumbersome, right? I mean, look at that. That's just my formula for, you know, generic a list of n primes. So I can actually write this in a much quicker way, even though, you know, it's kind of funny. I say quicker, but it's going to be not very quick, and it's going to be, for somebody who is scared of math, this is going to be as scary as it gets for them. So I'm going to write it like this. Paragraph P of x is a polynomial that, for consecutive integer inputs starting at 1, spits out the consecutive primes for any number of primes. You're going to have n primes, and this is what it's going to look like. Okay, there's n primes that you want me to make a polynomial for. So it's going to be a sum of these polynomials. Pretty easy. From I, nope, we already used I, let's use k. K equals 1 up to n of f sub k of x. Piece of cake. I already did it. But now I have to tell you what f sub k of x is. This ain't too bad. So what this is going to be is it's going to be the product from I equals 1 up to k minus 1, because k is the index of f, right? K is the index of f, so we're going to go up from I equals 1 up to k minus 1 so that we can skip the x minus k factor. And here we're going to have x minus I. Then we're going to skip the x minus k factor, and we're going to go I equals k plus 1 up to n of the same thing. Okay, not done yet, but so far we have our blue chunk. This blue chunk, this is just one of the blue chunks, one of the many blue chunks. For example, this guy, or maybe this guy. It ensures that my addend polynomial, f sub k of x, has zeros at every integer except the index of the addend of the summand polynomial. All right, so now I need my green chunk. My green chunk is going to be, well, actually I'll draw the green after. So my green chunk is going to be, well, it's going to be a product also, right? It's going to be the product of 1 over, it's not going to be x on the bottom because that would be a variable. What I need is the index, k, minus I, from I is equal to 1 up to k minus 1. And then I'll have another one because I'm skipping the kth factor on the denominator, just like I did in the blue chunk, from I equals k plus 1 to n of the same thing, k minus I on the denominator. Okay. So that gives me my green chunk. I hope you're following along. There's my green chunk. That's this part at it. And this green chunk ensures that the blue and green chunk together is going to be equal to 1 when I evaluate it at the index, which is k. Now I just need one more piece, and this is a piece of cake. All I have to do is times p sub k, the kth prime. So here it is. Big P of x is equal to the sum from k equals 1 to n of f sub k of x, where this is f sub k of x right here. Now let me write it all out for you. Is equal to the sum. Make a really big sum here. K equals, excuse me, do we start with k? Yeah, k equals 1 up to n of, biggest parentheses you've ever seen in your entire life, excuse me. Okay. Now I'm going to have, now I'm pretty much just going to drop this entire section in. Heck, why don't I just do that? I'm just going to see if I can select this. I don't want to write it out. You know, mathematicians are lazy. I got to move this up out of the way. All right, good. Now I got it. All right, so I'm going to copy, and down here, I'm going to paste. Piece of cake. Now, there you go. That's it. Let me zoom out a little more. This is your puppy. This is the guy. This is the one you were looking for. I don't know if a lot of students, I'm just being competitive here. Maybe I should stop bragging. I feel like I should stop bragging. But this right here, doesn't matter how many primes you want. You want 30 primes, you want 40 primes, you want 100 billion primes. You just stick it into this puppy. All right? That'll do it for you. Perfect. All right, now I promise this time when I come back, we'll generalize it to any data set in 2 dimensions. All right, see you in a sec. Now, how do I stop my recording? See, how do I do that? Oh, right here.